Thank you for being here. Wanted to provide just a brief update. We were getting a number of calls and inquiries about a couple of cases, and so we just decided to give you a quick presentation on both. I will start with some really good police work, but before I do that, I want everyone to quickly introduce themselves, starting from my left with the Deputy Chief.
Good afternoon. Franklin Hayes, Deputy Chief, Crime Strategies Bureau.
Deshaun Sims, Deputy Chief, Western Operations.
Tiffany Stewart, Deputy Chief, Eastern Operations.
I'm Mike Shaw with the Michigan State Police.
Donna McCord, Northside.
Good afternoon. Captain Taki Leonard Gilbert, Officer Workplace Community Resiliency.
All right, again, good afternoon. Both of these cases, again, they're going to be very brief, high level, but again, we want to just really talk about our collaboration and partnership with our partners. Everything that we do here is about our partnerships. Crime has no borders, and this today boasts that idea and that principle. We'll start with a case involving, and you can go ahead and roll the PowerPoint. Thank you. Mr. Tyler James Hood is a parolee. His prior arrests include a conviction for assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder, and we currently have a warrant being prepared for presentation to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. On Saturday, February 25th, our officers encountered this gentleman driving through northwest side of Detroit on Chatham Street with his lights off. The officers attempted, after he rolled through a stop sign, to pull him over. There were two people in this vehicle, a woman described as his girlfriend, according to both of them. When they attempted to pull him over, he jumped out of the vehicle, fired shots at the officers, and fled on foot. The shots were captured on our shot spotter. Evidence was recovered. And we were able to identify not only who he was, but also where he lived, as well as the identity of the other occupant. After extremely good police work, very quickly working with the Michigan State Police, as well as the Livonia Police Department and the Novi Police Department, we were able to get this very violent and dangerous suspect off the street yesterday in Novi. Again, I want to thank Livonia, I want to thank Novi Police Department, and certainly our partners with the Michigan State Police in assisting us in getting, again, a very violent person with intentions on killing a police officer off the street before he was able to hurt someone else or a police officer. No officers were hurt. We were able to execute our warrant yesterday in Novi with their assistance and take them into custody without incident. The second incident I want to talk about is yet again another demonstration of good police work and collaboration, and very sad at the same time. We continue to see an uptick in mental health runs, mental health crisis runs on Grand River and 96 Saturday evening. I apologize. I'll get you the time after the briefing. We had a female who was traveling on the freeway, decided to pull her vehicle over. She exited her vehicle on the freeway, disrobed, and had a machete in her hand, and attempted at that point to, it appears to point the machete at passerbys, and we can roll the video at this point. The officers, with the assistance, once again, of the Michigan State Police, who shut down the freeway for us, created a safe environment for her to go through her episode. The officers, as you will see here momentarily, we did have to blur her because she is, in fact, disrobed. As you can see, the traffic has stopped. She's standing there, and as you can see, she has a machete that she drops. The officers, and she's nude from the waist down, was able to get her safely into custody with the assistance of the Michigan State Police, secure her, get her the help that she needs, and at that time she was taken to Henry Ford Hospital for treatment and evaluation. And it's a really just a combination of collaboration, good police work, and getting this citizen the help that she needs. So again, I wanted to just brief those two incidents out because we're getting a number of inquiries about them. and both ended well, collaboration and good police work. And with that, I'll take any questions. Very good. Oh, wait a minute.
Chief, regarding the first incident, what does that say about an individual that's willing to fire shots kind of into the darkness at police officers? Why the importance to get him into custody?
Well, I mean, as you can see, with his intentions, he was not going to stop. Obviously, he had nefarious intent at that point to hurt somebody. It appears that the officers may have stopped perhaps a homicide or at least a non-fatal shooting. He was rolling in the dark in our city, in that community, not from that community, pulls that weapon at the officers, fires shots at them. So we don't know what his intentions were. We just know that they were dangerous, and very happy to get him off the street.
Any idea what he was doing in the neighborhood?
We don't know. We just know that he's not from the city, and we don't know what his intentions were, and he's not talking about what his intentions were. But based on his reaction, they were clearly some type of potential violent intent.
And moving on to the woman with the machete, what went right here? We talk a lot about sometimes, what goes wrong and what went right here?
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2,000 already calls for mental health services already this year. And fortunately, many of them end like this one. But there's still violent encounters. They're still very dangerous. Obviously, she's in some form of episode. We don't know what led to it, but what went right is the officers used their training. Our CIT, our mental health co-response, used their training, and this ended, the way that we want them to end. But the reality of it is, we're police, we're not mental health professionals, and we certainly want folks like this to get the help that they need so that the frequency of these encounters are lessened and we don't have to do this. I would much rather have the officers doing other type of work, but our community calls for this. She's in crisis, did not ask for this condition, and we're duty-bound to assist her in any way we can. And in this regard, or with this incident, it ended peacefully the way that we want them all to.
And any idea on her backstory? What is she diagnosed with the condition?
No, I don't have that. And because of HIPAA, there's certain things that we're not privy to. But clearly, this is a mental, episode where she's in crisis. I mean, we can speculate what it is, but as you can imagine, in the middle of the day to park your car on the freeway and then get out of that car. I mean, thank goodness she wasn't hit, and then to disrobe, and then fortunately, the community, and we need to thank the community, had the wherewithal to slow down and stop even before the police arrival, or she could have been hit. And so it ended peacefully, but we need to make sure that she gets the help that she needs.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, everybody.